这样子我加钱的时候，我们就可以。
Please, even though your phone was silent or ringtone, kindly put it on silent, please. I've been directed to inform us all that immediately after the first lecture, we would all be seated for another 20 minutes for a few for a lecture from the medical department. You may please be seated. Distinguished flying leader, general service staff, past staff, fellow defenders, general personnel and defense staff. Deputy Commandant Major General A. Owabola, directors here present, our distinguished guest lecturers, deputy directors, senior officers, servicemen and women, everybody and civilian staff, co-members, and IT students, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lieutenant O.I. Fabi, the Center Public Relations Officer. On behalf of the Commandant, I want to welcome our guest lecturers and every one of us here to Buhari Hall, the venue for this lecture. This morning, we're gathered here to listen to the lecture topic, State of the Defensive Driving and Highway Code and Signs. Without further ado, with the kind permission of the Commandant, may I humbly request the guest lecturer in the person of Staff of Training 1 to present the root of Commander CS schedule to the podium for his lecture. How do you do one of this?
Adelaide Johnson Ologun, who will be taking the first part of the lecture, and thereafter I will take the other parts of the lecture. Please, I invite Professor Ologun to the podium.
Good morning, senior officers, and men. We are taking courses of road traffic crashes this morning, and we are starting from the practical aspect of it. When I say practical aspect of it, I'm talking about the human factor. Generally, there is a trend, and the trend is people are being killed every day. Not on Nigeria road, but the ones in Nigeria is alarming compared to the traffic volume. So we're looking at causes of road traffic crashes. I didn't say accidents. The usual thing we call it is causes of road traffic accidents. But we've come to realize that accidents, by definition, is something that happens suddenly. And what happens on our roads are not sudden, they are planned for. When you look at every scene of the crash, somebody will say, oh, the man was running on high speed, which means there is a cause. A true definition of accident is something that happens suddenly. If you check our Google, accident is something that happens suddenly, unexpected occurrence. If it is not affected, it is accident. But what we see on the roads are not accidents, they are crashes. Just to clarify that. A crash is that thing that occurs, that incident that occurs on the road that led to loss of part of body, injury, bodily injury, loss of life, loss of property, waste of time, all the rest. But accident is the one that happens suddenly. A crash occurs as a result of three major factors. One, human factor. Two, mechanical factor. Then three, we have environmental factor. By book, theoretically, correct. But practically, human factor is the major cause of crashes. Human factor is the major cause of crashes. If you look at what are the human factors, they are things that happen to us either as a driver or as a passenger in the vehicle. Please keep scrolling. I want to show us a particular fact here. Keep scrolling, please. The last line. Take it down, take it down, take it down. Okay. If you see that particular writing in red, a person dies in a crash every 11 minutes globally. Fact. Every 11 minutes, one person dies. Then the asterisk point there, the bullet point. Globally, 1.2 million killed, 50 million injured, and 3 to 6% GDP loss annually. Over 90% of global fatalities from developing nations. That's where my concern comes. If you are looking at developing nation, Nigeria is categorized as developing nation, which means we are talking about that 90% of one every 11 minutes. 90% of it occurs in Nigeria, countries like Nigeria. What are the factors? The fact behind the figure. Practically, human factor is the major problem. Let's look at, theoretically, we say 80% of crashes are caused, please go on. We say 80% are caused by drivers, which is human factor. The vehicle mechanical factor takes 10%, environmental factor takes 10%. But if you look at it holistically, that 80% is not enough for human factor. The one we call environmental factor and mechanical factor are under the control of a human. The man starts a vehicle, you put your leg on the brake. The brake that's supposed to at an angle of at inclination of 75 degree, it stops before. Now it goes down to 45. You are not concerned. You move the vehicle. Ordinarily, when you go into your brake, the vehicle answers you once. At a point, you are now doing twice. You don't still care. You wake up in the morning, you are very tired. The effect of yesterday's drink, alcohol is still there. But you want to manage the vehicle. And when something goes wrong on the road, we say it is the vehicle. The road is bad. A driver should drive carefully, slowly for that matter. But the man keeps firing. After that, he says the road is bad. Bad road costs less, but good road causes more crashes than bad roads. You can dispute it. Somebody can argue it. I've done it practically. We had an argument over it in a class, and we took a coaster and a horse on a Saturday. Took a trip to Ore from Lagos just to prove the points with drivers in the vehicle. In the portion between Shagamu and Ore, bad roads then, especially bad roads, we were dodging potholes, we were going gradually, dodging everything. No crash. The only crash you see is maybe a container, a trailer carrying container, bent somewhere, one tire fall off, you sit there. Immediately after when we had good road there to Benin, we started seeing vehicles that veer into the bush, the one that went into the drainage. I remember vividly, that was September 1st, 2019 or 2019. And we started recording fatal crashes. Unlike the serious and minor we have been witnessing before we get to that place. So a good road causes more crashes than bad road. So what are the things that drivers will do that make that 90% practically? Theoretically it's 80%, but practically it's 90%. So what are these things that we see? We see them on the screen. We talk of distraction. You know, in those days, internal distraction are less than external distraction. The things that distract your vehicle are very few. But with the advent of phones, cell phones, somebody called me again yesterday, Instagram porn. So there is call on Instagram, there is call on WhatsApp, there is video call on WhatsApp, there is video call on Facebook, there is real call, there is SMS, there is Twitter. Pardon me, I'm not too conversant with those social media things. You have the Twitter, you have plenty of them that you see that distract you on the road. And somebody can be driving and he can be on conference call at the same time. You cannot serve two masters. Driving requires 100% concentration. And one funny thing about Nigeria road, there's this we see when we are doing exercise in those days in the camp. It's anything you build that you sabi. Wherever you are on Nigeria road does not know anybody. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. It's sorry for using that language. On Nigeria road, you do anyhow, you see anyhow. There's no two way about it. So if you are distracted, you're already calling for a crash. Distraction includes changing your music channel. Distraction includes trying to tune a station. Maybe you are going to, or even the CD. You want to play CD2, you want to play CD3, you want to change for one. Once the eyes are off the road, you are not in control. Let's look at this instance. Somebody is driving at 100 km/h. At every second is doing 28 meters. Every second is doing 28 meters. Which means your eye off the road in 1 second is 28 meters on the road. what happens if you are distracted in 2 seconds? And there is no single road that is straight that you can have 180 degree up left and right on Nigeria. You see something like this. It meanders. It may not be too visible, but you see it. If you look at it, if you do area survey, look down, you see that road is not straight. It meanders. Now you have lost control. You have lost concentration in 2 seconds. Meanwhile, driving is about calculation. That's when I see real professional drivers. I praise them. Those who are real drivers. Driving is calculation at every point in time. You can imagine your eyes looking ahead. Let me paint a scenario. You have a vehicle ahead of you, 70 meters away from you. You are doing 100 kilometers per hour. It means you are doing 28 meters per second. Now, when your eye looks, the eye does not see. Eye looks, carry the information to the brain the process, send impulse to the front part of the body, probably hand to touch steering, leg to match brake. So we talk of thinking distance. So when you see red light, you see red light behind that vehicle ahead of you, 70 meters away. Mind you, your vehicle is going. 70 meters away, you see red light. The eyes look at it. Now, the reaction time is a function of how concentrated you are. If you have lost concentration, it takes longer time for you to reason. This is what is other difference of alcohol. When I see a drum, somebody say when I take alcohol, that is when I'm very sharp. It's a lie. It retards judgment. But the overconfidence it gives you makes you to think that you are faster. That's why you see a drum, you want to cross a gutter, a drainage. The man will go back, he will go front, he will go back. After the whole thing, he will still fall into the ditch. Why? He thought he has gone above it. So alcohol retards your rate of reaction. You don't think fast, but inside you think you are thinking fast. It is overconfidence that alcohol brings. Now, all things being equal, which can never be equal anyway. In the economics of those, they say all things being equal. I mean, all things can never be equal. Now, if all things being equal, assume it takes you 1 second to think of what to do. That is minus 28 meters from the vehicle stopping ahead. Now, there's no point braking distance because there's no automatic brake. When we hear ABS, somebody says ABS means automatic brake system. It's nothing like that. ABS is anti-lock braking system. Talk for another day because of our time. You know, in those days, when mechanic works on your tires, he will drive it, he will catch brake. When he catch brakes, he will now come down to see any tire that does not skid. Anyone that does not skid means that one is not working. So the next thing he tells his boy to go and be breathing the brake. You pump it, you will be hearing a pump where, my pump where. The man will remove the nipple and you will remove the air, tighten it again, and the tire will work. These days, ABS does not allow the 4 tires to work together because it results to somersaulting them. If you notice now, somersault is not common again. So when you mash the brake, the 4 tires will not move. And if you have a very good anti-lock braking system, you hear a sound. That is interchanging between the tires. You will lock, release, lock, release. You will not allow the 4 tires to lock together. That is anti-lock. So it's not automatic brake system. So braking takes its time. Now, the braking system is a function of the braking system and the road surface with the tire tread. 3 factors responsible there. You know, brake is by friction. If you just drive inside the water and after leaving a pool of water, there is water in your braking system, your brake will not function well because water acts as lubricant. So it will not allow the disc, the pad to hold together. But what are we saying in essence? The braking distance added to thinking distance will give you overall stopping distance. Now you have 70 meters ahead of you. 1 second, 28 meters to think. 2 seconds to break. If you add 28 to 20, that is 56. Plus another 28, that is already more than 70. So I talk about 80 something. So if your total stopping distance is less than following distance, it's more than following distance, a collision has occurred, and that's how it happens. So every driver is doing that calculation every time he drives on the road. Drivers require serious accolade. That is for those who are drivers. For me to be with a driver, the guy will drive and I will be comfortable. That driver must have done a good job. I'm never competing with anybody's driving. It's because I was a driver, I was a trained driver. So whatever you will do that will make me to be satisfied. A lot. You will have done a lot of work. I may not be complaining, but we are driving together. My eyes are up. I can't be reading where you are driving. If you are driving and I'm reading, that person has gotten it right. Because it's the most dangerous work to do on the road. You can afford to be writing and you make mistake, you cross it, you can even text it, you can cancel the page. But your mistake on the road transmits to a crash. You get it? The road does not permit mistake, does not permit error. In those days when plotting graph of fishing, you say, I avoided error of parallax. Nothing like error of parallax in driving. You commit the error, life is wrong. You commit the error, the vehicle is written off. You commit slightest error, one part of the body is cut off. You can imagine somebody with spinal cord injury. When the back cannot more function, you can't stand. The person is now doing bedridden. Somebody is damaged when you eat. Somebody is damaged when you sleep. Somebody is damaged when you go to bed. You can imagine a man that has been wheeled into the toilet. You bring it to the bedroom. Feed him. So if people are not around, they give you food, you cannot even eat it. And what's the essence of life? I think the earlier we need to think about this, the better for us. The road does not forbid, it's only taking time. If you are doing this, doing the wrong thing today, doing the wrong thing tomorrow, you know it's just keeping quiet, but it will take its vengeance. No sooner than very soon. Please go back to the slide, okay? Then we have overspeeding. What is maximum speed on Nigeria road? 100 km per hour is the highest speed. And that is done by a salon car on an express. But what do we see? People misinterpret this road here to be express. You may it should be a Papa expressway. Of course, it's supposed to be express, but it's an express in a built-up area. Express in a built-up area doesn't permit that. Then we have overloading. I've been given time now, so I'm able to take the thing like just rush over it. We have overloading. Overloading is, it could be in person, it could be in load. If it is in load or in person, it is still the same problem. It makes the driver to lose control. Every vehicle has the maximum weight that is designed to carry. You can imagine a crash occur. Instead of having 5, you now have 9. Look at the recent container that fell on Korokwe. That 11 passengers inside Korokwe. How come? It means he's carrying 4. That's supposed to carry 2. But by Nigerian factor, 3, and 1 with driver. That's 7. And we had 11. It's a very serious issue. So if it happens and everybody perish, at least the number that will perish that will be given. Then we have literacy and poor driving skill. Literacy is not going to school, is not the literacy we are talking about. You are a driver, you don't understand traffic signs, you are illiterate. And it will affect your driving because when you see no right turn, that's when you go right. When you see no left, that's when you go left. Then we have dangerous driving, dangerous overtaking. They go together. If you are driving dangerously, you may overtake dangerously. Any overtaking turn on the right, it's dangerous. Somebody will not ask a question. When you have container, you have a trailer on the left and refuse to leave. After press on, the man refuses to leave. You now go through the right. If you go through the right, nothing happens. Fine and good. But if anything happens, you are wrong. Overtaking should be done through the left. Why? We are using left-hand driving apparatus in Nigeria. It is difficult for that man on the left to see right, even with mirror, because mirror has blind spots. If you look at a vehicle, this is a vehicle. The mirror is like this. It has a base. On that base does not have mirror. The length of that base is your blind spot, and it goes back and expands. It expands as it's going back. So you can be driving and you'll be hearing discussion of Okada man, and you don't see the Okada. They are already in your blind spot. There's blind spot on the left, and on the left is more on the right, even than the rear. Let's look at overconfidence, race, and lack of power. They go together. Overconfidence is my pastor has prayed for me, Imam has prayed for me, I am anointed, and Baba has given me something here. I can drive 180 km per hour, nothing will happen. If anything will happen, there is a ring in my hand that will be hot, and I will get to know that something wants to happen, and I will disappear. It expires. It expires. Each time I see criminals that are shot dead, I wonder, but if you have a somebody had life tortoise in the chest, and he was gunned down by police sometime ago in the Akure Benin Road. I saw it. I said, even with life tortoise, you can still die. It expires. And when it expires, you don't know. You think it's still there. Race is road accident immunity deletion syndrome. You believe that I am more than accident. I am an express image of God. My pastor has prayed for me. I have mantle. I have anointing oil here. Baba has given me 201 incision on my head. My matrimony head, one head, and they cut it 1, 2, 3, up to 201. Just went not to that road. Eventually, he died on the road. I don't say physical man carry the dead body. Very funny. We have poor eyesight. You can only avoid what you can see. You must check your eyesight regularly when need be. Don't wait until the eyes cannot see again. The medical personnel are here, they will deliver on that one. They will have carelessness. Carelessness is when you are taking a vehicle out, you are going on a journey. You say, my vehicle is new. Just open the bonnet. Check. Just on the bonnet check. This morning, I live in Ikorodu. I was coming. I saw that the rate of consumption of fuel in my vehicle was too high. I feel the tank again in Ikorodu. I got to the office. I already gone down with a mask. I said, it's not normal. And I opened the air filter. I saw that it has blocked. I clean it. In fact, after cleaning it, the sound changed immediately. Just little check. If you are careful about it, the vehicle will treat your pop-up on the road. And we have following distance. That is the distance between you and the vehicle ahead of you. After we get to deliberate on the rest, it's more calculation. But we are calculation it under distraction. Then we have fatigue, tiredness, stress. They all go together. But the tiredness is physical. Why that of fatigue is mental. You don't need to understand this. You are driving. After 3.5 hours of continuous driving, you are supposed to calm down, walk around, let the blood circulate to the brain again. I don't want to go into biology of it now. Then let's look at complacence. Complacence is even when you are hearing a strange sound, you continue to drive. When the vehicle is giving you different light on the dashboard, say na so you dey do though, all this nonsense motor, but you no get sense. I heard one mechanic talking, say, "Oyibo man, dem decrease." He said he was fixing a brake pad and he saw wires connected to it. He started pulling it out. And I said, why? He said, "Oyibo wait, what wire? Meanwhile, it was a sensor that will detect when the brake pad is slow. Immediately I put the thing out, the thing just show red light on the dashboard. He said, it's be a talker, be a talker. I said, you are driving this. Their sense of when the car is slow, you see the light begin to blink. So you don't need to die before you get to know. Then we have driving under the effects of alcohol and drugs. This is very common. These days, every young man wants to take, and I did a survey. I asked questions, I did interview, opinion polls. I saw that why are young men taking drugs of these days is because they want to satisfy women. You can never satisfy women. Anyway, let me just talk for another day. If a man too cannot be satisfied, though, it's not only woman. Man too cannot be satisfied, it's not possible. They can't satisfy each other. Road rage, aggression, impatience. It starts from impatience. Impatience, an impatient driver is a patient in your future. If you are not patient, that's somebody wants to enter your front and you block it. I noticed that generally in Nigeria, when you see traffic increase speed. Somebody is driving on the lane, somebody is trying to enter. He's telling you, please, I want to join this lane. The next thing is to block it up. And in the place of blocking it up, you hit the man ahead of you. Or you put it there, you hit him. The next thing is, he look at you. Somebody who is not patient enough, we just go back to the boot, remove waste spanner. I saw recently. The guy just went to the back of the remove the hockey stick. That hockey stick just bring out. He was going to break somebody's spring. What happened? He wanted to enter, he did not allow him. He put head by force. That is impatience, enter into aggression. Immediately that trafficator light broke. He just went back. He now carry hockey stick. He want to go and break. If not for my intervention, I heard it and I now asked him, what do you want to do? He said, I will break his spring. Listen, not to break the screen. Listen to yourself. He broke your trafficator unknowingly as a result of accident. You now carry stick willing to break his screen. How much is screen? How much is trafficator? He said, police will set to it. But you can do it without going to police station. He now asked me, say, okay, you are angel. Now angel, God sent you. I cannot bring you. If not me, will you go? No. Will you go? No. Then, please, next slide. Let me turn up. Next slide. Okay, this is just the hymn we are singing at everything we are running. We don't have time to dwell on this all the time. But we are going to leave the slide. You can always get the feedback. Please, next slide. Okay, this was some mechanical factors, which I said are under the control of driver. Brake failure, brake does not fail immediately, it gives sign ahead. It doesn't fail immediately. Tire burst. If all things are done normally, tire will not burst on speed. As that will be corrected, tire does not burst. Why? If you buy a standard tire that has all the codes, and you can interpret the code, you will not be tire that is meant for cold duration. You know not meant for temporary, but all tires enter Nigeria road, they accept it. The one that is even expired, we go and change the date of birth and put our date of birth there, date of manufacture there, and we can see the value. When the tire is expired, when tire expires, the tire is a polymer, combination of rubber. So once it expires, it will break, it will be breaking, just like rubber band in the sun. You bring it out, you pull it, it will be drawing. That's the end. The same thing happens with tire. There's somebody there, a new tire, they repair tire in Nigeria. They do it in this large market. They will groove, and you will see it clean. They paint it, and you see it. Where do you buy your tire? My friend bought tire then when the machine was still in Nigeria. He went to the distributor office. They bought that tire 4,500. He went to the market. He saw it 2,500. Manufacturer is selling 4,500. You retailer, you are selling 2,500. And the man said, he prepared to buy where it is cheaper. I said, can you see yourself? You say tire burst on speed. Why will you not burst? Then another important thing about the tire is we must have the gauge of the tire. It's written on the body of every tire. You will see 50 psi. That's 50 pounds per square inch. That is the unit of pressure in British. America has it, so you will see kilopascal. That 50 pascal, that 50 psi is 120 kPa, but Nigeria uses psi. Don't gauge above that 50. But you can imagine you get to a vulcanizer and tell the man, look man, sorry for the name please. Look man, gauge tire for me, gauge. And look man put his pressure. Who after a while, he's just thinking in his head. He begin to use the hand to hit it. When the thing bounces enough, he will just remove it. Just put the gauge and remove. If you ask him, what do you put there? He say, I put 50, I put 60 in the front because it's carrying engine. Back I put 50. I've done the survey. And it's not getting any gauge. 1, 2, the gauge is not working. 3, he just uses his sense and give it to you. And Lukuma is just primary school fallout. It's not determining the life of you. The whole family is not, your family, your life is not determined by that Lukuma. And the next thing is, there is this responsibility of pressure. When the tire rolls on the surface, it heats up. When it heats up, the temperature of the pressure will increase. So the pressure will increase in size. The manufacturer of the tire has made provision for expansion. But when you now put 60 against 50, the tire will not complete at that point. By the time you now drive on the road and get heated up, the next thing is it explodes. Got no space to contain it again. Next slide, please. Let me just say the last one so that I've been told to round up. Then we have mechanical environmental factor. We have the bad load. We can't do anything about it anyway. We as individuals cannot do anything about it. What can we do? When we get to a bad road portion, reduce your speed. If you don't know, someone say, I don't know the road is bad. You don't know a road is bad or good, and you inspire there. Take it easy. You don't know what happens in that road. And you have road construction, traffic congestion. Sometimes you're supposed to have traffic sign. In some places, they are not there. It's a problem. But for me, as a person, when you get to a place that you are not familiar with, take it easy. The difference between that high speed of 140 and 100 km per hour, in some places, is not up to 30 minutes. You speed past me, Lagos Ibadan, you go on 140, I go on 100. The highest is sometimes you get the back portion of toll gate in Ibadan and I meet you there in the traffic. Sometimes you say, let me ease myself. When you are doing that, I will still pass you. So what do you achieve? What have you gained in doing the process? Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Shall we once again give the Superintendent Chief Commander Ayodele one round of applause? So we kind permission of the Commandant permit me to make this announcement that immediately after this safety lecture, we would all have to sit back for another 20 minutes for a lecture from the medical center. And thereafter, after that lecture also, all officers are requested to stay back for another lecture on weapon handling. Thank you, sir. So may I now once again invite Staff Officer Training 1, the Superintendent Troop Commander CFOCG for his lecture. Shall we please give a round of applause?
Let's go to the slide of the accident scene first. We'll look at the accident scene because I'll be discussing defensive driving. We want to first of all look at the scene, why the driver. And I wanted to understand first, if you're looking at the scene, why we discuss the defensive driving techniques. Next slide. No, go back. Go back again. Back. Now look at it. Look at this picture. You can see there are different scenes. From victims of road traffic crash, you can see a woman with a cut off leg. You can see beating, you can see road safety girls performing their statutory duty in rescuing those that are involved in road traffic crash. Then you can see those that are modeled up in a patrol vehicle, probably taking them to the mortuary. Next slide. Next slide. Now you can now look at it. Look at that man there. You can see how that line pierces through his legs. You see the reasons why we need to be defensive while we drive. And you can see human bodies scattered all over the ground. You can see mass burial for those who are involved in road traffic crash. Next slide. Now you can see different stages of crash, lone crash. Then we're going to see multiple crash too. Next slide. These are distractions. Next slide. They are really distractions. Now look at this is a multiple crash. This is a multiple crash. Now before we go into the art of defensive driving very well, when we talk about drivers, some people look at those people that are employed to drive either a commercial vehicle or the downfall driver, or those who are employed as driver in an organization, in agencies, or in different firms. But that is not correct. The correct thing is that as far as you own a car, you are a driver. Even when you are an MD of an organization and you can drive from point A to point B, you are a driver. So in as much as you own a car you can drive, you need to drive defensively. Now what does it mean to be a defensive driver? What are the techniques that are required? Next slide. Before we go to the definition of being a defensive driver, I want you to understand one fact that a defensive driver needs to bear in mind, or when you drive a vehicle you need to bear in mind. While you are on the steering, you are sitting down, for you to be defensive enough, know that at a time while you are driving 4 vehicles at a time. You want to ask me, how am I driving 4 vehicles at a time? Now, if you look at your car, you have the 2 side mirror. Is that not so? You have the rear mirror. Is that not so? Then you have your front view where you can see through the windshield. Am I correct? Now, the side mirror, you are looking at vehicles that probably will be coming from your right hand side. The one at the left is for you to be looking at the vehicle or whatever is happening at what? At your left hand side. While the rear is for you to observe what is happening at your rear. Because somebody might just lost the brake and will be coming, and a madman might just be driving under an influence and forget to step on his brake pedal. You making use of the rear mirror, you will now know whether you are going to protect your life and the occupants of your vehicle. Then the front too, you are observing the road, you are observing the man you are following, and you want to know that as I am driving, I don't want to be tailgating the vehicle ahead of me. When we talk about tailgating, that is what the musician call bumper to bumper. Then you are calculating too, what is the next move for this man? You are equally observing who are those that probably want to cross the road without using the pedestrian bridge. Or am I approaching a zebra crossing? As a pedestrian steps on the marking, no fully that when he steps on the marking, he has the right of way. You are expected to wait until that pedestrian passes. All these things you have it. My colleague was talking about when you drive, you use all your senses, you are calculating. The calculation is not just only about your braking distance or distance, it's including your environment, the circumstances around you, and perhaps your cocoon of safety. You want to observe them. Now, what are the techniques that you need to uphold as a defensive driver? Before we talk about these techniques, we want to understand what the defensive driver simply means. Defensive driver means driving to save lives, to save property, time, money, values, and all things with a condition that both you and your action and the action of others, meaning you are considering everybody, the one driving by your right, the one driving by your left, the one at your right, the one in front of you. You are the one man doing the thinking. You can see how you are driving 4 vehicles. Do you understand it now? So when you are driving 4 vehicles at a time. Then in doing this, what is expected from you? What is expected from you is that while you take consideration of all these circumstances around you, one thing has to be ringing on your head: safety. When talking about safety, you want to drive in such a way that those around you, you yourself, the property includes both the vehicle that you are driving, the vehicle of the next person. How do I protect it? So we are not talking about just the property that is in your boot or your own property of the vehicle that you are driving. No, it includes the property of those equally around you. And you can see that driving is an enormous task. The idea is that you want to have it in mind that all others are mad, they are insane, that you are the only sane person, and you are the only person with your right senses. So when you have this in your mind, you want to understand that the man driving by this side could do a wrong to you. He might overtake from the wrong side. He might want to even overtake without even tapping his horn. He might overtake while you are ascending a hill. He might want to overtake when you are approaching a bend. He might not want to look the sign and know whether you guys are approaching a narrow bridge. So you want to do the thinking for that man. If this man do what is wrong, what will I do? I want to save his life. You are driving and a trailer is coming and is in your right of way. Don't have it in mind, he's a madman. I don't know whether he's the one driving or the substance in him is the thing that is driving. Will you start claiming your right there? No. Because you are in your right senses. And the rest of them, it could be a madman. You do what? You want to save the man's life and your own. But your own first. Because it's safety first and safety always. Your safety first. And that will make you to want to observe your possible cocoon of safety. What will I do? This is how a defensive driver thinks. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now, what are the summaries? Like we said, we are going to summarize all we have just said now in defensive driving and expatiate little on them. You said you consider that other road users are mad. Yes. Take for example, you are driving along this Oshodi road. Those yellow bus drivers. Do you see them are people that are with their licenses? Will you be driving road with them? Some of them don't even have side mirrors. Some of them you are driving, they will overtake you here. In few meters, they will branch. But they are overtaking you. So, do you think that such person is sane? No. Then you want to drive to correct the mistake and error of other road users. Yes. And remember, as a defensive driver, it is not only other road. When we talk about road users, we don't refer only to motorists. We have other road users that motorists are just one among them. Animals are road users. Pedestrians, that is humans, are road users. Under pedestrians, we have hawkers, we have beggars. They have the right of way. Those who use cyclists are road users. Either they are using tricyclists, that is what you call the keke marwa or keke napep, motorcycle or bicycle. They are road users. People these days, you see people who push trucks. They are road users. So, when we talk about road users, we are talking about equally giving those people consideration. And some of them might just enter the road. And that is why you see that in some roads within the city, you can see calibration of the speed you are expected on that road. Some will say 50 kilometers per hour, 30 kilometers per hour, and the United Nations Road built-up area, you shouldn't do more than 30 kilometers per hour. You shouldn't do more than 30 kilometers per hour. So this one now, somebody who is a defensive driver can head to that because it's a built-up area. Where a ball might just throw, and once a ball throw across the road, what are you going to expect? A ball. And if you are driving along a school in a built-up area, you will understand that at any moment a child might want to cross without observing the traffic drills. So as a defensive driver, you want to observe that speed limit or perhaps a common sense speed limit. What is a common sense speed limit? Driving in a speed limit that warrants the circumstances, which is the road, the environment. We'll talk about the road, the nature of the road, the nature of the environment and everything should determine your speed. And I am not saying that if you are driving on an expressway where there is no traffic that you should drive excessively with excessive speed. No. But I'm saying that you use a common sense driving limit. Then you must avoid crashing by all means. Either you are right or wrong. I make example of a trailer coming. Another thing again is dangerous overtaking. Overtaking two vehicles at a time, and at the end of the day, some will do dangerous overtaking. They will be at the mercy of another person. Imagine when somebody that is saying that is in the senses is at the mercy of a madman. You can see that the chances is not even 50-50, the chances could be 70-30. How can that be? You are about climbing a hill, you are doing double overtaking, you are overtaking a trailer dangerously, and suddenly you see a vehicle descending. You can't go left, you can't go right. You will be begging when you see something, come up for road now, come up for road, give me chance, give me chance. It's not begging, it's at the mercy of that person. Yeah, you want to avoid that. You want to avoid, there are so many ways you avoid crash. You want to avoid the use of alcohol or any substance before you drive. You want to check your tires before you drive. You want to do your vehicle parade every morning before you leave the house. That's the defensive driver. And in doing the vehicle parade, it's not only check your oil, check water, check your braking system and everything. If you are living with your family or you are living in a neighborhood, always go around the car before you drive up. So a child might not mistakenly, maybe when you have done everything, the child will just creep or walk behind the car and start. So many people abuse that to kill children. You want to observe that. Now, in avoiding crash too, don't drive excessively. Please, don't do that. Don't overtake at the sharp bend. Don't do that. And another one again is that you want to observe the language of the road. The road has its own language. And what is the language of the road? Is that the road sounds. When the road speaks, do you listen? Do you listen and try to understand what the road is trying to communicate to you? The road might be telling you that there are long vehicles crossing to the other side at 100 kilometers from where you are. Do you listen to that? It could tell you that there are narrow bridge ahead, or there is a gully, or the road is undulated. Do you listen to the language of the road, or you don't look at those road signs as fancy? They just put them on the road to decorate the road. No. You must listen. The road is communicating to you. By the time we arrived here this morning, we listened to those, the directing staff and everyone. We didn't just walk into the hall. We were ushered to the visitors room before down to the hall. And it's our obligation that we must do. We must listen to the direction, to the protocol of where we are. The same thing to the road. The road has its own protocol. As you enter the road too, listen to what the road is telling you and abide by it. Follow it, just like you have directives in your house, you have languages that you speak in your house, and you want your family and any visitor that visits you and your children to listen to you. You to listen to the road. The road has its own language to avoid crash. While you are on the road, you must get your destination safely. In getting your destination safely, you want to abide to the traffic rules and regulations of the road. That is by listening to the road when it speaks. You listen and equally do what? Apply what the road asks you to do, you do there. There are so many things that most people, if you are traveling, they will tell you safe journey. But we, in Federal Road Safety Corps, we prefer when we tell you what? Welcome. Welcome has always been the best, put it now, felicitation given to someone that went for a journey that saved them. Because we have told so many people save journey, and at the end of the day, the other end could not tell them welcome. Don't allow your safety to depend on other road users, either in their actions or their reactions. I talk about observing your cocoon of safety before you overtake. Yes, you want to observe that. Don't allow your life to be dependent on other people, no, because you don't know what they are thinking and you don't know what is influencing them. Always remember that your family members are waiting to see you alive. We as road safety, we believe that while you are in the vehicle as a driver, your life, you don't own your life. People own your life. Your family own your life. Your relatives own your life. The state own your life. The country own your life. We all of us, we own your life because you are making contributions to the country. No matter the contribution you are making, to you it might look insignificant, but put them together, you can see that those contributions are enormous. But when you are not there, that part that you are contributing will be lacking. You will find that even when we get replacement, there is no replacement that can be equal. It's not possible. So that is why you don't own your life. So when you are driving, think about others. Think about us. Don't use your life recklessly because you are very important. So that is why when crash occur, we don't just look at the victims. We look at the attaché, those that are living because this person is alive. Some people have hope because you are alive. Some people have faith because you are alive. Some people are alive because you are alive. When they see you, they have hope for the future. When they see you, they are determined. When they see you, they are strong. Their hope, their faith is being kept alive. So why will you now misuse that life? There is a saying that says, man God to man. You are God to some people when they did not say it. Some of them, their action will reveal it. So that is why you don't need to drive recklessly or useless your life. You want to be defensive while you drive on the road. Next slide. Next slide, please. Now, on the highway code, I'm not going to do much on the highway code. Lastly, my colleague will talk about the road signs. Highway code is a traffic manual. It's called the Nigerian Highway Code. It's divided into 4 parts. We are not going to discuss that here because it's a whole lot of lecture. But I'm going to tell you briefly how it is so that if you wish and the command wish, they can make other Federal Road Safety Corps can get a copy each. When we book offenders, when they come, we ask them, when we give them lecture, we ask them to get one highway code. The highway code is divided into 4 parts. It has the pre-road use activities, it has the road use activities, and it has the post-road use activities and certifications. The pre-road use activities will tell you more on what you need to do before you start driving and all the things you need to know. While the road use activities will tell you all the things you need to know while you started driving. Like for example, you see some people they will be reversing at the express, which is very wrong. Some will be doing one-way route violation on the express, which is very wrong. So the highway code tells you more about it. Then the post-road use activities, the highway code as well tell you what you need to do in the case of fire outbreak, in the case of crash, and in case of trying to assist other motorists. The highway code will tell you what to do. Then on the certification, the highway code tell you as an organization or individual, either you want to procure your driver's license, you want to get your company vehicle certified under the Federal Safety RTSS, that is a road traffic safety standardization system. It tells you all that. So that is how I'm going to do more on that. Then at this point, I will like it if you wish. It is important to have the highway code. The highway code is like the Bible or the Quran. But this one is different because it's not a religious book, but it's a traffic regulation. It helps you to understand most traffic laws. So I hope that at the end of this defensive lecture, you are able to be abreast with some of the things that we need to do to avoid crash and to enhance our defensive driving techniques so that we become good defensive drivers. And I want to tell you that if we have good defensive drivers in our road today, the road will be, the crash will be minimal compared to what we are seeing today. Most of the drivers you see in Nigeria, they are not drivers, but rather they are vehicle movers because they are not defensive drivers, they are not defensive enough. So I believe with this lecture, we'll go home, we'll assimilate on all we have learned on defensive driving, we'll put them into action so that we can keep our road safe, we'll be alive, and so that we can serve Nigeria, our great country. Thank you.
Shall we want to believe SRC, CF, CAG, another round of applause? With the kind permission of the commandant, may I once again invite the staff of the training to SRC and J. Olo for his presentation.
Okay, Commander, thank you so much, sir. The last part of the class will be taken just within 10 minutes. I want to quickly talk about traffic signs. Traffic signs are basically divided into three major parts. We have regulatory sign, warning signs, and informative signs. These are the signs we see on the road majorly. You see the shape. From shape, any sign in circle is a regulatory sign. Any sign in triangle is a warning sign. Triangle. Any sign in rectangular shape is informative sign. This side goes. Some scholars will say regulatory, some will say for. This is why they call it for. Regulatory, from what regulates, you can have do's and don't do's. The one they say do's are form of regulatory, but we call it mandatory regulatory sign. That is, do it. The one that says don't do it is also in circular but prohibitory regulatory sign. So regulatory signs are subdivided into two. Then we have warning sign that is just saying, and once you see that it tells you danger ahead, reduce your speed. Sometimes those village hunters that want to kill farm animals, they burn bush. When they burn bush, they burn road signs. But you know, metal will not melt easily. But the place, the inscription will have been cleaned up as a result of the fire. So you may not see the writing, but when you can see that shape of triangle, bring down your speed. Some of us are driven through all those axes of Yawakibo, just axes where you have many are gone. All those axes. Where many are gone and many will still continue to go because people refuse to obey. You see traffic sign that says dangerous double decker where you see any sign. I once asked a Latin class like this, and the managers were seated, and I asked that question, a particular sign that showed that end. One manager told me that means going to north. I was laughing. The man never understood why I was laughing. And he was talking with confidence. He said, you know, and if you look at map, if you do geography, you see that indicating the north, you see going to north. The Air Force officers will understand. That man understand that to me going to north. And they say the road to north are good. So you can fire on. I say if you fire on, sir, you fire to eternity. You will not return. That means dangerous double bend. Some has a shape that arrow is here, while some has back. So we have dangerous double bend, first to right, then to left. While we have dangerous bend, first to left, then to right. So the arrow indicates where it's going to. So if you don't see the right thing, you should know that it means reduce your speed. Then informative sign, rectangle. Once you see informative sign, just if you like disobey it, nobody will arrest you. Because let's give an example, you are going to Terminal Bridge, going to the island. You get to Terminal, you are going to a Butemeta and you are seeing a Butemeta sign, the right thing. You refuse to obey. When that person gets to Adeniji, he will start climbing up. That thing can take a whole day. In some cases, in Lagos, it can take a whole day to return and retrace your way back to that place. That person pays for more fuel. Somebody was telling me one day, he said, why do we have to obey all laws? He said, we can leave some. I said, fine. You see the road, when you get to Owo, you see direction, Owo, Ikare, Benin, and you are going to Port Harcourt. You don't face the one going towards Ikare, continue to go. When you get to a below, you start tracing yourself back to Auchi, then back to Benin, go to Port Harcourt. Who buys more fuel? You buy more fuel. If you disobey one sign, the road, arrest that person. One sign, road arrest. If you disobey the regulatory sign, law enforcement officers will arrest. And one funny thing is SPA dey call. Very nice. When I somebody say SPA dey call, and I turn my eye, go. If it's somebody that will listen, I will advise. The speech is too much, please. Have you taken it easy? And the man says, get away. I will simply get away. And when I get away, when that person lands, I am paid to carry that body. It's not funny. I was telling one man at Bega, there was a trailer. You know what was that day? I was going home on my house. I was going home and I saw traffic. He saw the thing on my way. I parked my vehicle inside one filling station. I said, guys, you know, it's something I can control. 3 vehicles coming to a single lane. One stops, another one moves, the next one moves. They cannot move. All of them now, they come together, and 3 of them now remain there. The traffic now went from Bega to come back. I was to turn up and go my way. My speed was not allowed. So I went there. I parked away. I went there, I was controlling. And I told the car, you wait. The next car move. Trailer, wait, move. Trailer, move. Start. Car, stop. He come out. He did like this. And he was going. And he was entering under the trailer. To him, he was disobeying me. And I was shouting. At a point, I was wondering, you know, when trailer turns, the head is like this. The head cannot see here. The head has turned this way. So the head is not focused here. And his car was under. I had to shout. I ran to the front, shouted. And the guy said, Benene. And I said, please, just wait. Because I have told you have been held down before, it did not move. Now I said, move again. I said, stop again. She was confused. I said, please stop. He now stopped. The man that was driving, the wife was already held him because they wanted the trailer. The wife was shouting, hey! And I look at it. You that were telling not to do it, that you refused. Now you are now shouting. And I said, when the wife finally stopped, and I wanted to bring him out, he said, come out. I said, Oga, I am paid to carry dead body. If this man kill you, I will still carry you. It doesn't change anything. And the woman said, oh, God, don't talk like that. You're a wicked man. I'm a wicked man again now. That I still save your life. It's like that. But you must Regulatory sign, warning sign, informative sign, you must obey all. Then road markings, markings on the road. Like I said, we are going to leave the slide. We can still go back and assess it so I can get interpretation of certain signs. In fact, all the signs. Road markings, we have zebra marking, that's white and black on the road. Lagos state government has this law that if you knock somebody down on that zebra line, that vehicle is forfeited to the government, the state government. One, if that person dies, it is straight to Kirikiri. When you knock anybody down in any part of the road, God forbid, if somebody has a valid driver's license, it is treated as manslaughter with valid driver's license. If you don't have driver's license, it is murder. But if it happens on zebra line, whether you have license or not, it is considered murder. So we should avoid it. On zebra line, we stop pedestrian to cross. 2, we don't overtake on zebra line. Because the man you are overtaking might be stopping for somebody, might be stopping for group of people ahead, so that you don't go and hit them. Then 3rd, you don't station on zebra line, just like railway line. The railway line is either you are behind or you are ahead. The same way you keep zebra line. If you are getting to traffic light is showing amber. Amber is you want to go to red. If you are behind the stop line and you see amber, you must stop. That takes you to traffic light, and that's how I'm going to close it. Traffic light has 3 colors. One is red, the other one is amber and green. People mistaking them for each other. Like if I say what is red? Somebody will say red means stop. It's not just stop. Stop behind the stop line. Then after red, the next red that comes is amber. That amber after red is saying get ready to move, not move. The Gaussians will start moving immediately. When amber shows after red, it is get ready to move. When green shows, green is move when the road is clear, not just move. Somebody say, I don't see green now. You see green. Green does not say go. It says go when the road is clear. You can imagine a scenario where a commercial vehicle is coming. You know, we talk of drivers in Lagos. We always call attention drivers to commercial vehicles in Lagos. As you see them, sorry for that language, they are averagely criminals. If you check an average commercial vehicle, the number in the front is not the number at the back. So if you say, I think the number is DG, by the time you look at the front, you have seen FST. That's why I brought a case to us in our office that a vehicle hit and run. We brought the number. When we check the number belongs to one commercial vehicle, exit in Ondo, and that number is flying in Lagos. So how do you trace them? And they are Yoruba, we call it Asemolu. I don't know how to interpret it, I will not interpret it. Yoruba call it Asemolu. Erambali, sorry about that, I won't interpret it for certain security reasons. I know where I'm going. Okay, so when it is green, green means go when the road is free. So when that commercial vehicle is moving, even on red and it's still moving, you on green, you have to wait and let it go because the light continues to change. As it changes from green to red, then after red and after green, you see amber again before going to red. That amber that comes after green is not get ready to stop, but it is stop. We need to get it. Sometimes the thing is on amber now and I move. You cannot complete the turning when the light will turn to red. So you are violated. Sometimes the driver ahead of you will deliberately slow down. I noticed it in Lagos. It happened to me. Some set of people in uniform inside Lagos. They were inside Korope. The thing was green, about amber. I wanted to move. They were inside that Korope ahead of me. Deliberately they blocked the road so that I will beat the light. So the light will get me on red and I will be arrested. But I'm very smart. When I look at the distance, when I see the red was moving, I leave space, following distance. I just pull to the right and I move around. I didn't move slowly. I move as if I went to jump their vehicle. Of course, if you stop me, you won't see arrest me. But I always try to see what if I'm not a uniform man? How can I escape this kind of incidents? So that was how I escaped. So once it is
amber after green it is stop. Red as well after green is stop. But green is go when the road is free. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the commandants, deputy commandants, directors, guest lecturers, deputy directors, senior officers, servicemen and women, senior citizens of Course 123, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the second segment of today's lecture, which is the interactive session where we are allowed to ask questions based on the lecture that we'll be doing today. And we'll be taking one question from each row. So please, if you have any question, you will signify by raising your hands. Introduce yourself and go straight to your question, please. Starting by my left-hand side.
The commandant, sir, please permit me to observe the established protocol. My name is Masaya Noma, Director of the company. The resource person, sir, I have two questions. My first question is, what are the statistic analysis that are recorded in Lagos State in months of road crashes? What are the statistic analysis of road crashes are recorded in Lagos State in months? And the second question is, what are the sanctions or punishment meted for those defaulters in terms of careless driving and alcohol inducement? Thank you.
Question from this row, please. One question per row. There's someone in front.
Many thanks to the authority for including this all important course. I also appreciate our esteemed guest lecturers, SRC, Joseph Ayodele Ologun, and SRC Chukwuka Friday Usechi. Thank you for delivering this all important lecture to us. As far as safety is concerned,
what's your name, please?
FRNC and the military are working on the same basket.
Your name?
Or from different fronts.
Okay, continue.
Please, I'm sorry, please. I am 79 years to a 610 Master Warrant Officer, one in the police of the Nigerian Army. Like I said, as far as safety issues are concerned, the FRSC and the military are working into the same basket, though from different fronts. Meanwhile, having experienced or disclosed the factors involved in road safety or accident issues like human, mechanical, and environmental. I wish to pick on certain issues. Number one is on the issue of drug abuse. I suggest that applicants for driving license, the renewal of driving licenses should be subjected to on-the-spot drug and alcohol test by FRSC whenever people come to apply or to request for license. Number two, on paved roads, I suggest that FRSC should initiate to the government, whether federal or state, on the state of our roads in the country. Since SRSC is involved in road safety issues, any or suggestions to federal government will not be taken lightly.
Thank you so much. Next row, please. Any question? One question from this row. Are you on this row? Short your question, please.
Simply because of the driving. Now, I want to answer about the driving license.
Okay.
Now, how much is this driving license and how do you test people's brain before you license someone to drive on the road?
Silence, please.
That is just
Thank you so much. Next row, please. Any questions from the third row? Silence, please. Silence. Silence, please. Next question, please.
The commander, sir, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I'm Corporal Willie CTA. The resource person, my own question is, if the speed limit of a particular road is 60 kilometers per hour, if I drive on 20 kilometers per hour, is it an offense or I must follow the speed limit of that road? Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for that question. The last row, please. Last row, please. There's a hand in front. Yes, sir.
The commandant, sir, can you permit me to stand on the existing protocol? My name is Master Waratos, I give the judge. Alpha Training. My question to the resource person is that prevention is better than cure. What is road safety doing to evacuate those people that are selling drugs and drinks in a motor parks? And they show us a picture of site attraction. What are they doing to remove some of those site attractions from the expressway? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Silence, please. We shall now be moving to Danjuma Hall. There are questions. Any question from Danjuma Hall? The commandant, sir. I'm going to continue the established protocol. So my question goes to my name is Abigail from Motor Transport Department. Last year, we were allowed to do road safety at Oshodi, but the man calling, he will not even pick your call. Our MTO before he was posted out, we went there, they said there is a problem with the computer at Abuja, stuff like that. We will do for some people, you will not pick call again. So I'm one of the other ones that did not pick our calls. And I got done my license since last year March. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any other question for Danjuma Hall, please? Okay, sir, I'll now be moving on to the officer's cadre.
Hello, morning, sir. On behalf of the commandant, all the protocol observed. I am one officer Umar. I am asking the road safety officer, what is the process of getting license when you go for driving? I know it was before through PIOs. They get the road safety and they get the license easy. But now in the road safety, you have to go for many processes. I want him to enlighten us more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I come to the officer's cadre, may I ask if there's any question from this side of the auditorium, please?
Good afternoon, Commandant. My name is M.W. Matthew, 20B Company. My question goes to my this. Please, I want to know the difference between crash and accident. Thank you, sir.
Okay. May I respectfully now move on to the officer's cadre, beginning with majors, equivalents, and below for any question. So any question from majors, equivalents, and below? I'll now move on to lieutenant colonel and equivalent. So deputy director, sir. So at this point, may I call on CSR, CFO Seji to answer the questions that have been asked. Thank you, sir.
I want to thank all of you that have asked questions. It shows that you are really listening and for how to pay attention while the lectures were going on. I'm going to address all your questions. The first question you asked about the health statistics of crash in each state of the federation, and we have a book in our annual report where you can find that. We cannot just display that for you now because it's a policy document. We don't just release it just like that. No. If we are to send the annual report, we'll send it to the commandant. Then he'll be able to see that of Lagos State and what the statistics of RTC is in the Nigerian country. Therefore, punishment of road traffic offense, we have what we call the notice of offense booklet. In the booklet, we have sheets where the offenses are categorized for 4 offenses, and each offense has its own penalty as a fine and the code attached to it. And according to NRTR, Nigerian Road Traffic Regulation 2012 as amended, each of those offenses, the offender the violator could either pay a fine or be charged to court, or be made to pay both fine and equally go to court. So there are offenses. For the offenses of the use of drugs, we have alcoholizer or breathalyzer where we can use to prove it. Because when you go to court, for example, they will ask you whatever you are alleging, you have to prove it based on evidence based on fact or either evidence based on law. On this one, when the result from the alcoholizer or breathalyzer is evidence based on facts. The fact is the report from the alcoholizer or breathalyzer. It's either depending on the discretion of the magistrate, either the offender will ask to pay a certain fine stipulated in those offense sheet if we are using the national traffic law, or if it is the state law, the state has their own. A certain fine is a mark for such offenses, or the magistrate could decide that you pay the fine and still go to prison. Then, applicant for driver's license. It says it is subjected to drug tests and this. A procurement of driver's license is a tripartite arrangement. It is the federal government, federal city represent the federal government, and then we have the VI, the vehicle inspection officers for that state. Then we have the MBA, the motor vehicle administration of that very state. So this joint tax board comprises of all the processes that have to do with the driver's license. That is why before you procure a driver's license, you get a form from the state MBA. Then from there you go to driving school. Road safety will regulate all driving school under what we call the DSSP program. That is driving school standardization program. In the DSSP program, we regulate all driving school, and each driving school, they are under our department, the departments, where they have specification, they have requirements for each student that enroll under that driving school. And also we have driving schools that are certified under this scheme. If an applicant did not pass through the certified driving school that is certified for FRSA, such that applicant will not be qualified to have the driver's license. But for all those that pass through the certified driving school, after that they will go for testing at the VIO. The VIO will test, and after the testing, the VIO will now equally return right to FRC that these people have been tested and they are qualified, they are passed. And when we look at all this, then we start the processing of the driver's license. Then we start the processing from the certificate given to that applicant through the certified driver's school from our national headquarters, Abuja. And thereafter, the person will now know whether he is going for a 3 years period driver's license or a 5 years period driver's license. Of which, when the person comes for capture, he will be subjected to vision aptitude test. Vision aptitude test. We don't conduct alcohol or drug tests at that point of processing of driver's license. No, that is why we refer you to testing at the VIO. It is part of their statutory responsibility. Then it is at that stage the person will now proceed to acquire his driver's license. And mark you, driver's license is of different types. We have class B, class D, these are private driver's license. We have class E, which is for commercial. Another commercial, we have E, we have G, we have H, we have I. D, H, and I are for articulated vehicles and earth-moving vehicles like Caterpillar. Then we have J for those who are physically challenged. They have their own class of driver's license. Then we have the V for convoy drivers. These are categories of driver's license. So we look at all this process, having passing through these three bodies. These other two bodies, you come to FRC, we look at the way the recommendation from these other two bodies, the VIO and the State Motor Vehicle Administration, will now determine if you are worthy to have a driver's license or not. That is the process. Then another question here is okay, reports. We talk about if we make an report. Yes, every quarter we do what we call road audits and assessments. Even before a road is constructed, we do an audit. Before we do the audit, we have what we call pre-audit, audit, and post-audit reports. So that after the construction of the road, we compare these three reports to see that if our pre-audit report is what the construction company actually followed. That is for road, for fresh road. Therefore, existing road, with every quarter we do road assessment. We assess condition of road, we write report to the state government and we call it to the federal government. That is how our job ends. It's just like when a child, the father asks the child, go and get me a tin of milk. The child goes and gets a tin of milk from the shop and gives to the father. That child's responsibility of work ends. What the father is going to do with the milk or the mother is not the child's business. Whether they are going to use it to drink pap or tea that morning is not of the child will only be waiting until the mom will not come in done. Pap is ready or tea is ready. Our responsibility to do the audit as required by the law given to our regulation, and we submit to the appropriate government authority. Then the government in its own wisdom knows when to apply them or implement them as required. Then somebody asked how much is driver's license and how do you process. I'll talk about the process. When we talk about the amount of driver's license, the stipulated amount according to federal government for 3 years is 10,450 for 3 years. For 5 years is 15,450. Like I tell you, it's a tripartite agreement, it's a joint arrangement. The NBA, the VIO, the federal government does not determine whatever they take in their processes. No. What Lagos NBA will be charging is a different thing. What that of other state will be charging, I don't know that. But I know very well that as federal road safety, we represent federal government in that tripartite arrangement. 3 years driver's license is 10,450. Then 5 years driver's license is 15,450. The 450 on top, I think, will be the bank charge. And that is what it is. So I cannot tell you in totality what DIO will do for the administrative charges in their testing or MBA in different states. I don't know that because I don't work for them. Then the speed limit, if the speed limit is 60 kilometer, drive 20 kilometer, I would say yes, but it depends on some factors. If a road is max 60 kilometer per hour and you decide to drive 20 kilometer per hour, or because of the condition of your vehicle, maybe your vehicle has some fault, you cannot drive up to that 60 kilometer per hour, it could happen. Or because of your own head factors, you don't want to drive up to 60 kilometers per hour, it could happen. What you do is move away from the speed lane and start driving small in the other lane. So that vehicles that are coming, they will see you, they can easily overtake you and go their way. And if it is a vehicle that is faulty, don't forget to put the hazard lights. That is the 2-pointer. It shows that either the vehicle is not good or the occupant inside has an issue. So when the pointer is showing, that is the meaning of the pointer. The pointer does not, some people put it and say it indicates I'm going one way. That is not it. That is not, it shows that that vehicle is faulty or somebody inside, either the person is not feeling well or there is danger. We should understand that. So that is for that. Then drugs and alcohol in motor park. Yes, FRC has what we call a robust public enlightenment and educational system and rallies that we do on parks and garages and equally for bus terminals. Even as we speak, every morning before the men goes on their patrol, they go on enlightenment on different parks. We keep talking to them and everything. We keep engaging the park authorities. We keep regulating them. That is why I see most of the fleet operators and their companies are under the RTSS program where we do certification. In certification, the vehicle is being certified, the driver is being certified for safety purpose, equally the terminal. We know what is happening in the terminal. Sometimes we sue the government of each park to court and direct them on what they need to do. And you agree with me that if you go to most of the park, these activities of those selling alcohol and alcohol beverages at the park has reduced compared to what it was before. And when you see some park people chase them out, they will move away from the park and they will be walking along the road. So our rallies continue and we will not stop. It's a continuous process. These are the things we have done and we have engaged the authorities of various parks to ensure that those abnormalities does not take place in their parks anymore. Then driver license from Mr. Jimon. I love that complaint, madam. We are going to take that complaint officially and we are going to fish out that Mr. Jimon. And I want to stand here to apologize for that delay. I don't know him, but on behalf of the call, but we are going to take it up, please. At the end of the lecture, you either get my number or that of my colleague Ologo. Then you continue to reach us, we'll do something to that. It's not in our character at all. And among the 12, there will definitely be a Judas. Then what is the process of getting a driver's license? We have mentioned it. If it is a French driver's license, I have mentioned it. If it is for the renewal, if you need a driver's license, you can do it yourself. When you go to the driver's license portal, you go to the site, you can do it yourself in the renewal. And in doing it yourself, you can choose either bypass or capture. But if you choose capture, you must come to road safety office, whichever one you choose. You are going to see all the driver license center, for example, in Lagos. You will see you can now pick the one that is closer to you and you highlight. When you choose that one, if it's capture, you go to that center and you will capture. In case you don't like the former picture you use, and now maybe you are more finer or more handsome, more beautiful than what you did before, and you want to capture more, you can choose capture. But on bypass, you can actually choose bypass. In bypass, the system is going to use your previous picture and your data, and the only thing is going to change is the date. the issuing date, but it will renew it to the present date if you choose bypass. And for the renewal does not take more than within 24 and 48 hours. The renewal. The only difference is that for the fresh, you are going to pass through 26 lessons in the certified driving school. These 26 lessons cost across 26 working days. And thereby, after those lessons, a certificate will be issued to you with a code from Abuja. That certificate will be used to process your form, and the certificate will pass through the VIO and the NBA. So when those forms get to us and everything, then you will now be invited for a capture. But I want to tell you that the whole process does not exceed 6 weeks. Does not exceed 6 weeks if there are no network issues. And then network issues, if it is a national issue that the network issue will be more than 1 week or 2, we'll get information from Abuja and we'll tell the applicant. Apart from that, the network issues are the normal network issues we see in the bank sometimes. After 1 hour or 2 hours, it comes back and things continue. That is for the driver's license. Then the difference between crash and accident. I believe of Solomon was having a key mention of that. But for point of emphasis, I'm still going to touch on it very briefly. Like accidents are things that happen suddenly, but crash is preventable. For example, we heard about the earthquake that happened in Turkey and Syria recently. And you agree with me that those people that are affected by this earthquake, they never knew earthquake will come, because one of the earthquakes happened around 4 a.m. while they were still enjoying their sleep in the early hours of the morning. And before they could know it, some of them are already buried in the rubble. They cannot run away, they cannot avert it. Nature caused it. That's an example of an accident. And for example, the breeze blew, and before you know, the roof of the house suddenly was pulled by the breeze. The occupant cannot prevent that. But for crash is preventable. He dwelled extensively on human factor. Take off for crash, the human factor, the engineering factor, or the mechanical factor, and the environmental factor. If you look at the human factor, you know that most of the things that happen, most of the actions that happen, humans have 80% of contributory factor. Because you drive the vehicle, you are the one using the road and the environment, and you are the one who notices everything that is happening, and you are the one that is driving. So you can determine what happens. If I check my car in the morning after the vehicle parade and I see that my braking system are not working well, and it's raining season, my wipers are not good, should I go and start driving the car and say I'm traveling to Ibadan? I can't do that. Or I want to drive down to my hometown in Delta. No, because some systems are not functioning. I have to get them fixed. Have I averted the crash? Yes. Is crash prevented? Yes. But if I now decide to ignore those signs from the vehicle, it's a minor sign and I can manage them. And in between Binyan or maybe I took it to Buba, something happened, the brake that has been giving me signs now failed. And the person's enemy finds himself in the ditch. Will I call that an accident when I've already gotten the sign? No, it's not an accident, a crash. Because I could have averted it, but I insisted and ignored the signs and move ahead. These are the difference between crash and accident. And in this case, I want to say thank you very much for all of you.
Thank you so much for answering all our questions. So at this point, may I respectfully request the directors for their comments and contributions.
The commanders, deputy commanders, directors, officers, their civilian staff. My own is not a comment. I think it's a request. I want to request, because of the importance of this lecture, I think maybe after we'll have to go and meet the commander and beg that at a later time, we may still schedule them to come and inform us on other areas that is not covered. For instance, due to time, I think I expected something on the right of way. This is a closed environment. I expected an enlightenment on the rights of way, so that while we conduct our activities, especially training activities, to be mindful of the traffic. For instance, when we are running or jogging or walking, where are we supposed to follow? Are we supposed to face the traffic or go behind the traffic? And we also have agri department here that deals with some animals. Sometimes we have cows, we have goats, people when they are crossing or when they are moving on the road, where are they supposed to follow? So I think we may need some enlightenment on the rights of way, which I think time will not permit now. Also, I want you to just briefly enlighten me and the speed lane. What is the speed lane actually? Because we made mention that if you're traveling so kilometer, you move away from the speed lane. What is that speed lane? Please, just briefly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Any other contributions?
The commandant, sir, desk commandant, directors, all protocols observed. The guest lecturer said that the US standard or speed limit for each of areas is 30 kilometers per hour. Am I correct? Okay. Well, in the center here, we have 20 kilometers per hour. So you know that international regulations can actually be adjusted. You understand? They can be domesticated, localized to fit the situation. So we should get it clear that even though the international standard is 30 kilometers, but because of the peculiar circumstances and the variables and environment, we are made 20 kilometers per hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now respectfully request the Deputy Commandant for his comments. Deputy Commandant, sir.
Resource person. Very happy. Sometimes you get carried away while driving. That you said most times you let us go on the ground of esprit de corps. Very important, esprit de corps. Very good. But I want you to go away with the fact that there are a lot of impersonators. So sometimes you have to listen very well to the person saying that esprit de corps. Those ones that are not one of us, most times you hear them say spirit they come. So when you listen back to know who is actually talking. Yes, in the course of this lecture, we've also come to understand over time that we have been preaching, especially because of our trainings, to establish after this, you need Nafrc number approval for it. You have the best lecturers, those people with juju without Nafrc number, fail them. So Nafrc number very, very important. The commandants are directors, gentlemen that will create indulgence to observe the already well established protocol. First and foremost, I would like to thank the resource persons for a well-delivered, eloquently delivered lecture. I think for somehow I was looking through the camera, I could see that nobody was actually sleeping. And the director of training has already plan to form the commandant to allow us to still have you some other time for other aspects of the lecture. This is as important as it is because any mistake, as you have put it, may cost life. So it's a very important lecture. We thank you for it. The issue of accidents and crashes, I think that's why one of our persons wanted further clarification. We are all used to the word accident. So I think it's clearer to us now that what we have been going through is actually crashes because it's as a result of our mistakes, not
something that just happened suddenly like that. I also want to say that I quite agree that it takes a smart and good driver to guide against crashes, because most times some of us, if your uncle just dash you a vehicle or something, and considering the cost of acquiring the driving license and maybe the experiences of some of us, like one of the respondents from the other hall made, discourage people from actually going to driving school and actually getting tested to acquire the driving license. So in that area, I don't know how that amount was arrived at. I know it's not you're making, but you could make a case to encourage drivers to actually come for test to acquire a driving license and be qualified to drive a vehicle. You could make a case to see how it can be reviewed downwards. Yeah, I think most of the guides given, very important, distraction in different forms, dangerous driving, we all do that. Driving under the influence of alcohol or substance. Some people, when you are, those days that we used to drive in the night, not now. Those days, the best time to drive used to be in the night. You take off from Onitsha, coming to Lagos. Good morning, Lagos. Before you leave, you borrow confidence from maybe 2 weeks out to make your eyes clear. But it has been made clear that that will not help. You are not getting any confidence from somewhere. You may end up in the ditch. I will also want our resource person to lead the weddings of those flights on the various, well, I say actually now that we're giving to various speed. 20, 30, I saw only father coming home. So I don't think anybody should drive up to that extent. We've been told that the essence of driving is to take you where you are going, and your family who love you so much are there waiting for you. So we must drive to get back home safely. I want to invite all of us to take away this lecture. I'm happy a lot of us wanted to actually ask questions, including my friend here that maneuvered all the way. Thanks for the eagle eye of the commandant that finally allowed him. I thought he was actually going to ask for something much more. My fear was that maybe as a trainee, maybe he wants to leave us to go and bend road safety. So let's remember what he said, that an impatient driver is what? A patient in the hospital. May we not be patient in any hospital as a result of driving. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are now most respectfully requesting the Commandant for his lecture, for his comment, please. The Commandant, sir.
The Deputy Commandant, our resource persons, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm not here to make comments, but to appreciate our resource persons for finding time and use a very tight schedule to be here to deliver this very important lecture on safety and defense driving. You don't take anything home, just know that you are the only sane person driving. Every other person is not sane. So you take all measures, preventive measures to keep yourself safe and your environment safe. That's as simple as what defensive driving is all about. For our resource persons, we appreciate you and for giving very practical examples. I've been involved with a lot of your colleagues in delivering safety lectures, and I'm glad that you address this particular topic very well. In one of our conferences earlier, we advocated the need for road safety to look at these incident cases of falling containers. I think you have a role to play there. Once containers leave the port, there must be measures put in place before they depart from the port. We have written official letter to the core. So if you don't have any now, at least Deputy let have a copy of that letter or so you can go with it. And I think it's necessary because when we lose life over that issue, it can be prevented. And let's work on it. For the request of the Director of Training, we look at the program and we can approve it so they can come again and take another part of the topic so that our personnel here will be very, very involved. I want to also appeal to you to give this center some concession. There are so many people who are looking for driving license. We might do a bulk request to the core. And so those of you who are looking for ID cards, who want to get ID cards, who want to renew your ID cards, the Director of Training, please compile that. Let's officially write to the core and see what waivers we can benefit so we can get our driving license. On behalf of this center, I want to thank you for finding time to be here to the so thank you and God bless you.
Shall we once again give the commandants another round of applause? So it is customary that whenever we have guest lecturers from outside the center, we usually present a token to the guest lecturer. So on that note, I most respectfully request that you do a presentation to the guest lecturers, starting with Staff Officer 21, Superintendent Route Commander CF Osteji. So next is the Staff Officer Training 2, Superintendent Route Commander Ayodele J. Ologun. Thank you so much, sir. The Commandant Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center, Air Vice Marshal Charles O. Deputy Commandant Major General A.O. Agbola, Directors here present, our distinguished guest lecturers, Deputy Directors, Senior Officers, Servicemen and Women, Senior Students of Course 123, Civilian Staff, Corps Members, IT Students, Ladies and Gentlemen. We got to come to the end of the first lecture. Shall we please give our guest lecturers a round of applause for the sake of their view. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. So as I announced earlier, we'll be having another session of lecture by the medical center, sir. And the first lecture is to be delivered by Flying of Satie Adeniyi. Topic: low back pain. Just for 10 minutes, please. Flying of Satie Adeniyi.
The commandant, senior staff, officers, trainees of course 123, civilian staff, okay, standing on executive protocol and applying on Satie Adeniyi physiotherapist on the medical center. So I shall be presenting on prevention and management of low back pain. Okay, I love the illustration. Since we just read the topic on the prevention of diagnosis, I like to describe the back as, let's say, moving tire. While some of us move at a very fast speed, some of us move very slow. And that's the story of the back. And so for different people, there are different outcomes when it comes to back management. There's no strict rule, but we manage them differently. So the next slide, please. Next. Okay, so according to the European guidelines for prevention of low back pain, it is defined as pain and discomfort localized below the postal margin, that's just below here, that's from the front to the back to the inferior part, just below the gluteal fold of the buttocks. Next slide, please. So the most common form of low back pain is the one that is called non-specific low back pain, which is the one I'll be addressing today. Next slide. Most of the B6 we have at the physiotherapy department of Nafrc is a level of low back pain. Over 75% of our patients, they visit us because they have one form of complaint or the other that is related to the back. Next slide, please. So there is a very high prevalence, especially amongst men, and probably because most of the trainees we have are male soldiers. Next slide. So this is for quite let me say effort personnel, but I'll skip that. Let's go to the next slide, please. The aim of today's lecture is to lecture personnel and staff of Nafrc on lifestyle changes necessary to prevent low back pain. Next slide. So I'll be covering classification, management, prevention, and conclusion. Next. So the classification, we have two types of back pain that I'll be going on today. There are different ways to classify them, but for the purpose of this presentation, I'll be talking on the specific and non-specific. So for the specific, they are called as a result of different pathologies. It could be as a result of maybe back condition like scoliosis. It could be as a result of prostate. Maybe there's an underlying condition. Those are they can cause back pain. And for the non-specific, which is one I'm dwelling on today, you don't have underlying pathologies. It's a result of probably strains on the back and some other lifestyle that the person probably the kind of lifestyle person maintains daily. So for the specific causes, first thing first is the red flag. Number two is it presents like the typical low back pain, which has no specific cause. But one thing you will notice is when you try to take paracetamol or you try to take any painkiller, the back pain persists. What does that tell you? It tells you you need to see a doctor because you might need to look further beyond what you are doing at the moment. A good instance, you have back pain, you use paracetamol or you use diclofenac or you rub a gel. The back pain gets worse. It's disturbing your sleep. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. What do? You don't continue the same line of management. But report to the doctor, let them check. Is there an underlying condition? It could be prostate. Yes. For instance, sometimes it's menstrual pain. The menstrual pain declines, the pain disappears automatically. Do you understand? In Nigeria, they say it's too much of sugar. I don't know, no scientific reason. Yes, but if it works for you, then that's it. I don't like to decline anything. Next slide, please. So next specific, I'm focusing on it. Next slide. Risk factors: chain smokers, cigarette smokers, high intensity sports, military personnel, high intensity, age. Women especially, osteoporosis, as they get older, they get post-menopausal, the bones are not as strong as before, they become weaker, so they are prone to what low back pain. Next, fitness. Africa, we have very bad exercise culture, and most of the exercise, our exercise are not targeted, and so we don't work on back muscles and they are prone to low back pain. Next slide. Pregnancy, yes. Changes that happen during pregnancy, they have the tendency to expose a woman to low back pain. Yes, and for each pregnancy, what happens is there's a decline in the strength of the back muscle. Because when you are pregnant, the abdominal muscle expands to accommodate the baby's pregnancy. And so when you give birth, especially if you give birth to cesarean section, the physiological effect is still there. It happens first pregnancy, second pregnancy, third pregnancy, the muscles are getting weaker and weaker. At first, your body is able to accommodate. As you get older, it becomes worse. And what happens? You come down with low back pain. That is true. Genes, yes, acidosis, spondylosis, rheumatoid factor, a lot of things can be explained for some people are more predisposed to low back pain than some other people. The culture too determines sometimes. For people that stay in just certain areas because of the nature of the area, they might be exposed to low back pain more than some other people. Next slide. Backpack overload. Okay, for military personnel, children sometimes from very tender age, to load their bags. The heaviness of the bag is not too good for the bag. And so the child continues like that, day in, day out, 365 days, okay, maybe not 365, 350 days. And it continues like that. You see a child of 12, 13 coming to the physical clinic and complaining of low back pain. That's lifestyle. Adjust the lifestyle to make you feel better. For some, the mattress they use, you sleep on the mattress over and over, you realize you're having back pain. What's the next course of action? Change the mattress, change where you sleep, adjust. See if the back pain is still there. If it's still there, you need the mattress. If it declines after you leave that mattress, then change the mattress. That's how it works. Next slide. Prevention. The major thing you need to do, which is the core of today's lecture, is back exercises. There are different forms of exercises, and for the ones we do in military most times, they are aerobic exercises. Aerobic exercises are targeted towards the cardiovascular performance, cardiopulmonary performance majorly. It helps with lung performance, your heart beats, everything. It controls blood pressure and everything. But they have effect too on the low back muscles, definitely. But they are not targeted exercises. And so if we are to prevent low back pain, which is the main core of discussion for trainees today and for some people that are seated here, we need to target them. We need to do exercises that focus on strengthening the muscles of the back to prevent it. And once you can do that, we will say prevention is better than cure. It saves you a lot of stress later in life. So you can see the video that is there. I would like to see the video. Yes, maybe short video. We tell you some exercises you can do for your back. And these are very important because as well as they help strengthen your back muscles and they will prevent you a lot of stress. Today I was with a patient and I realized he was complaining about his leg. He said I'm having a pain down my leg. And I did that and I said it's your back. So he didn't understand. But really, how did it start? It starts with a slight pain at the back. You feel okay. You go back to your normal activity. A week after, you feel the same pain. You take the ibuprofen, you feel okay. Your body keeps moving. You are fine. Nothing is happening. But give it a year, 2 years, cumulative effect. You now have what we call chronic low back pain. That regardless of whatever you take, nothing changes it. The pain is just there. At that point, you come to us, we now start stabilization exercise, which for most Nigerians we never finish, and you come back over and over. And that's the beginning of your physiotherapy visit till probably the end of your life, because it's continuous. So what I'm saying, you notice the pain. What do you do? Because you change habits, change certain things you've been doing. I see many of us sit. When you sit, you slouch. It's a coping mechanism, probably because you've been sitting for long hours and you've gotten tired. The best time of action is going to stand up. Stand up, walk around a bit and come back to the sitting position. But because you are probably very busy and you have a lot of work to do in your system, you have to stand up. So what do? You slouch. When you slouch, what you just did is you shifted the workload of the buttock muscles, you shifted it to the back. Because the stress is on your buttock when you sit. And so you are stressed and you slouch so that your back also can support your buttock. So when you do that over and over again, you are shifting the workload from your buttock to your back and you are stressing your back. So over time, you come down with low back pain. So the advice is, when you get to a point where you are sitting and you are not feeling comfortable, instead of slouching forward, stand up, stretch, go to other offices. We talk about workplace development. What do we do? We scatter your workstation. Like if you always work on the desk, we scatter everything. We put your printer far away from your TV, so you don't stretch to print. You put it at the other end. Then we probably put your coffee maker or the water dispenser at the other end of your office. So you are forced to stand up at different intervals. There's a reason for that. But you see a different arrangement in most offices. Next slide. For back support, there's a new trend of wearing a lot of back support. Yes, men are wearing it now. to help how do I call it? To call it, they use it to tone back muscles, to tone the abdominal muscles. For those of us that have sports belly, you want to look fine, and so you wear they are all over support. No matter what you call it, corset, whatever you call it, ladies call it differently, but they are all over support. Typically, that's what we use to correct, to support people that have low back pain issues. The advantage, they weaken the back muscles. So when you use them for a prolonged period of time, what happens is your back muscles get weaker and weaker, and because it's supporting your back, you are not feeling it, you feel good because it's taking away the workload, it's shifting it, that belt is supporting it, so you are not feeling anything, but it doesn't mean your back muscle is in a good place. Do you understand? So it's not prevention, it's not use for prevention, it's for treatment. So you can't console yourself by putting it on daily and you think you are fine. Next slide. I've followed the system. Next slide. 16 on when you are using a system, how do you sit? When you sit in, your neck muscles, very important. It should look straight. Your line of sight should be straight into the system. You don't have to bend. Your neck is going to stay in a neutral position, and you are looking into the system that is in front of you. So you have the laptop screen in front of you. What do you have to do? To adjust. You might put a book on that, or if they have some of these devices they use to support the laptop, so you are looking straight into it. Very important. Like in a desktop, adjust it. You might need to sit it back, so your neck is at a neutral level, and you're not stressing your back muscles. Your chair, what do you do? For different heights, for depending on what your height is, the chair is made in such a way. That's why we use adjustable chairs in offices now. But most people don't know why they are doing adjustable chairs. The idea is behind it so that you can adjust your chair to the level of your comfort. Very important. The same thing is what we have in the car. The car seats are adjustable. They should need to adjust it to the point where your back maintains 90 degrees and the workload is on your boot up and not on your back. Do you understand? So it's very important that when you are sitting straight, the back is straight, and your pelvic bone is at 90 degrees, it's straight. When you are sitting and whatever you are sitting on is low or too high, and your that's on this side is tilting up. Like for some of us that are sitting on this chair, it's not good for us because of our height. Myself included, then yes, some senior officers, because of height, some people are very comfortable, but for some people, because of the height, those seats are not comfortable for them. So you see them when they are seated, you see that the new joint to the ready portion of their thigh is higher. That's a very bad sitting posture. So you maintain that for long. When you don't realize, when you stand up, you just see a sharp pain, and all this your buttocks side. After some time, it will go because it's a one-day event. But when you continue like that every day, which is what happens with office chairs, person comes down with back pain. And that's why drivers sometimes are prone to a lot of back pain. Next slide. So everything I'm talking about is social rehabilitation, and we are seeing exercises that can be done to prevent that. What we are seeing there is another exercise that can be done to prevent low back pain. Next slide. These are good stretches you can do every day. Just need to wake up, do them, and it helps stretch your back muscles, improve the blood circulation to the area, and prevent you from future low back pain. Next slide. Okay, that's the video, but it's okay. So, in a nutshell, my advice: back pain is everyone's problem. At one point or another in life, you might have back pain. Depending on your activity. For some of us that will be retiring, we already have back pain. We can't prevent it again. But what can we do? We can reduce the intensity of the back pain, which is what sometimes when you come to our place, we do for you. But for some of you, I don't want you to assume that the back pain you have is because of the activities you've done in the past. For some of you, because of your posture, and it's destroying pain to your back. And so you might need to see a doctor and not just go to self-medication so that we can look into it. You understand? So when you have back pain and you try to manage it yourself, you're not getting good results. When it begins to affect your sleep habits, it begins to affect the things you do. Especially when you wake up in the morning and instead of your back pain reducing, is increasing. It tells you that back pain is not because of the muscles. It's beyond what's happening in the muscles. Because naturally, when you sleep at night, your muscles shuts down, they rest. So you're supposed to wake up refreshed. So if you're waking up in the morning and your back pain is more than you felt when it's left, you need to see a doctor. Let's address it. For exercises, the stretches you've seen so far, they are good. Let's do them to help your back. In conclusion, next slide. Non-specific low back pain accounts for over 85% of low back pain in the hospital. Occupational hazard is the leading cause, which I have addressed during the course of my lecture. For prolonged standing activities by an instructor, to prolonged bending, or maintaining upper positions by the healthcare worker, prolonged sitting by an administrator or a pilot in the cockpit, especially during long flights or repeated flying activities. All this implies that workplace ergonomics is important in the prevention of occupational hazards. Next slide. The effect of flexibility and aerobic exercises cannot be underestimated. It is important to know that physical activity is good, but it is not enough. That's your aerobic activities of going to work is good, but not enough. Yes, because some of you mistakenly say, and you say it's good, that I go to work every day, that's exercise. Sorry to break your heart, it's not exercise. Exercise is planned. You target a muscle and you get at it, that's exercise. So because you go to work every day and you're walking around, or you're being parried every day, it's not exercise. What that is you're using a particular specific set of muscles over and over again, and you're stressing the muscle. Exercise, you target the particular muscle and you work on it. So for someone that is involved in parried every day, what you are doing is you're probably working on your hip flexion and other things over and over. It's not taking your back muscle. So don't be fooled or deceived to thinking you are doing exercise. It's not exercise, it's only physical activity. If I'm doing the exercises, doing the same exercise is not good enough, it puts stress on the same tissue or structure over and over again. Next slide. With the advent of COVID-19, there has been a lot of change in work habits. We now have a lot of people working from home. And what this means is that this leads to poor ergonomics and lack of movement, leading to an increase in low back pain. Because many people work from their bed, they don't stand up, and they maintain the position all through. So if back pain persists for longer than usual, it's important to visit the hospital and care. The earlier, the better, as far as management is involved. I need to understand that last sentence very well. The earlier, the better. Just like a moving car and the tire, what happens is, when the car probably bursts or loses pressure, it affects the rim. From the rim, it affects other parts of the vehicle. And that's the way the body is. The human body is designed to withstand stress. And so when you have a symptom, your body develops a coping mechanism. And so you see people, they leap. You see people stand on one leg. Those are coping mechanisms. You see people when they sit to one side. Those are coping mechanisms. Your body will do the same thing, just like that car. The other part of the body will support it. But what happens is, for every day you are going without treating that back pain, other part of your body is getting damaged. You now start seeing that the back pain is not just affecting the muscle, it's now going to the spine, it's affecting your spinal column, and it's affecting some other area of your spine. And so by the time you are presented to the hospital, they are now telling us the back and it's affecting the whole of the leg. So watch it. The earlier you come, the better it is. Thank you very much for your time.
I will once again give flying of Cecilia giving another round of applause. We are now going to request Cordon Leader EC Imosu for his lecture on drug administration and dispensation.
The beautiful and gentlemen, this particular back pain lecture was constructed upon my interactions with the senior citizens, where they requested for orthopedic beds. While we are making efforts to try and get as soon as funds are available, you need to know the issue of yourself. most, if not all, of the exercises there, I think you can do on your bed. You can do all of them on your bed if you want to help yourself. So the aim of this lecture is to prepare your mind while the authorities are doing their best to try to fix your beds for you. You must engage in some of these targeted exercises. That's the word. You know where it's stopping you. Target exercise to mitigate those pains where you are feeling those pains so that you live a healthier life. That's why I directed that this lecture should go. I also directed that lectures would on drugs, but I think by getting stressed, we want to fix that for another day. Because it's also as a result of my interaction with the senior citizens. So it's for our own good. It's actually for our own good, and that's why I said not more than 10 minutes. Not more than 10 minutes. So the better you know, the better informed you are, the better for your health. So the head of training, let's keep another day for that. I already was set for today. I know you have another one for officers for weapon handling. So let's end this for the rest of the people so the officers can take their own and let's continue with our good afternoon.
So with that, we come to the end of today's lecture. Otherwise, the commandant to Thank you, sir. So all officers are requested to wait behind while the rest can leave the auditorium.